Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading for November 9th to the 16th. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. Scorpio, happy birthday. I hope you're having an amazing birthday season. I know all of my Scorpio friends are doing really well right now. And as you can see, by the way, there's few aspects for a loaded month, okay? But don't let that fool you. It is a sneaky week in more ways than one. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. And even though it is like a deceptively quiet week, well, sometimes the quiet can be really loud, okay? Now, not only are some of the mightiest aspects of November right here, just for reference, Mars, right? Moved out of your sign, his domicile, joining Mercury in fiery Sagittarius, where you are now feeling really charged up and optimistic, ready to take on the world, ready to take on your sister-in-law. Doesn't matter. You're feeling adventurous. You're ready to expand your horizons, and especially with making money. That's a big goal of yours. Sagittarius rules your second house, finances. It's also second house is self-worth. It's the things that you value. It's modern comforts. It's all of that. And food. Okay? So treat yourself to a really great birthday meal. All right? I want to see photos of you, selfies with that Burger King crown thing. Anyway, the other thing is Venus is now in your sign. Okay, so we're still in your birthday season. Venus moved out of her domicile of Libra into your sign last week. And can we just, I need to make this really clear, Scorpio. Venus is our hottest planet, and she's now in the watery depths of your sign. So she has this intensity that's a little smoldering. And those, you know, goth side, that it comes out. She can be a little obsessive, a little scandalous, because here's the thing: Venus is in your sign. Your sign is a little psychological for a planet that just wants to love and give air kisses and be social. So, what does this mean for you? Well, you're just going to be embracing your shadow side, okay, with Venus. Venus is everything that your heart desires, everything that makes your heart sing, things that bring you joy and pleasure. And so, yeah, there is going to be, this is the best thing for you. You're going to love this. It's happening all month, okay? You really are going to feel like Megan Fox in that werewolf movie. Anyway, because remember, it's still that energy of I got to have this, I'm going to get it, right? No matter what, especially when it comes to love and money and your values and intimacy and everything that Venus represents. So you've got that powerhouse of the sun and Venus in your side. And that's the other thing is truth. They're still coming to the surface, revelations, all of that, okay? Like the it clown from the sewer, whatever it is. But that's going to be a big theme this week, all right? We'll talk about that. And then you see Uranus just moved back into Taurus last week. Here's the thing. This is the last in our lifetime. And so you're basically wrapping up a 7-year story here. So what you're going to be doing this week and for the rest of the year is you will be thinking about what truly brings you comfort. You're going to be thinking about the changes you made in the past 7 years, the radical breakthroughs you had or breakdowns for your breakthroughs. Yeah. Especially when it comes to relationships and partnerships and marriage. It's your 7th house. It's, Taurus is your opposite sign. And so keep that in mind. Spend time this week thinking about what makes you feel closer to your authentic self. How do you want the curtains to close in this final chapter, this final Uranian chapter of your life? Because this is the final stage of Uranus's transit, okay? The exit stage is right there, the exit door. But you got to make it count. And that's what Uranus wants you to do. And you're really going to feel this, by the way, in 2026. We'll talk about it when Uranus goes direct. Anyway, if you saw your monthly forecast, you know that I said when Uranus moves, he moves, right? So you are going to feel this Uranus moving back into Taurus because Uranus doesn't like being in Taurus. Taurus is too slow for Uranus. Uranus is the sky god, right? So you're still going to feel its rumbles this week. And he brings the unpredictable and surprises, some disruptions. That's Uranus. So just keep that in mind, but also breakthroughs. It's all within you. Uranus is retrograde, right? These breakthroughs. So just spend some time thinking about the breakthroughs and changes that you want. Now, the other thing you're going to feel this week is deja vu, right? It's early 2025 all over again because all the outer planets, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, they're back where they were when this odd year began, bringing back themes that were prominent for you back then. So just, you're going to have those moments. You're going to have those moments, but remember, it is just this final check-in. You're wrapping things up, okay? Now, this week is definitely going to be crazy interesting. Okay, we're gonna go with that. Now, what's happening this week? The reason why Scorpio is, and especially for you. Can I just for you? Okay, and I say that because yes, we're in Scorpio season, but you this week you're pretty much in the crosshairs of last week's very potent supermoon in Taurus, and next week's crazy interesting new moon in your sign. So the Taurus Scorpio axis is all about relationships and money. And I just told you, you've got Uranus back in your 7th house of love and marriage and relationships. And you've got the sun in your sign. It's all about building relationships. You've got Venus in your sign, the planet of love and relationships. And then what did I say about that money part? Sagittarius rules your 2nd house of money, but also you have the sun and Venus in your sign, which it's all about building wealth. Okay. This is going to be a very transformative week for you. And it's all about life lessons when it comes to love and money. And it might be a little bit confusing because Sunday, November 9th, Mercury stations retrograde in Sagittarius, 6 degrees. And remember from your monthly forecast, this is Mercury's going to go back from 6 degrees, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back into your sign. Okay. We'll talk about that next week. But I did talk about this in length in your monthly forecast. Just remember, it's Mercury retrograde. Expect tech issues and travel delays. They're very possible. And disruptions. You heard the part when I was talking about Uranus and the disruptions. Actually, Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, right? And so it kind of amplifies that, where there can be maybe stalled communications. There can be some, delays, unexpected surprises. It's amplified here. What did I say in your monthly forecast? The more that you're aware, the possibility of something like that could happen, the less it has an impact on you, where you're like, what? Because it didn't come out of nowhere. I told you that may happen. Now, this day in particular, yes, there could be some stalled communications. Just keep that in mind, especially when it comes to money. It is your 2nd house, right? It's also, you're going to be going within. That's Mercury retrograde. You're reassessing things when it comes to making money, income, salary, food, as well as the things that you value and material possessions. Listen, we are in your birthday season, okay? So when I look at what's going on for you, Scorpio, there's a lot that truly has to do with money, your values, and relationships, and intimacy. Okay? Now, with Mercury going retrograde, there is likely going to be some clash of ideas because Mercury's retrograde in Sagittarius. There could be a little bit of impatience around this time. Mercury doesn't do well in Sagittarius. Mercury has very little power here. Mercury is all about the facts. Sagittarius is more philosophical. Mercury is like the physical mind. Sagittarius is the higher mind. So how do you make this work? You just merge the two. Yeah. Examine your belief system, faith, the big picture. That's that Sagittarius energy. Even as big as like your life purpose with all these retrogrades. Yeah, that's the benefit of retrogrades. You get to go within. Remember, you've got Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus retrograde as well. So you get time to explore within, to come out the other side in December wearing wings. Okay. And the other thing is this Mercury retrograde, to be honest, it is not a cakewalk. Again, Mercury just does not do well in Sagittarius, and you are going to see what I'm talking about. Once that happens, the other thing is just be very mindful of miscommunication. That's going to be a big thing here. Belief systems, they, again, may clash. So try not to go flipping tables. If someone says they believe that the Beatles were not the best band ever, while you're listening to the Beatles and you're wearing a Beatles t-shirt, because that's not going to solve anything. Scorpio, not going to solve anything. You don't want anyone to get your goat, Scorpion. Be responsive, not reactive. You're going to be fine, especially this day. Just like Uranus and basically any planet, when they move, they move. You're going to feel this on top of the rumble of Uranus moving into Taurus, having moved into Taurus, which, again, that rumble can be rumbly. And the reason I'm bringing this up, because Jupiter is trine Saturn. So Jupiter and Saturn are trying to build you this foundation for the long term, this bridge moving forward. When it comes to true love and romance and things that bring you pleasure and joy, and even your spiritual beliefs, this is actually going to be a very enlightening week for you with Jupiter going retrograde. We'll talk about that. But just the fact that you have Jupiter exalted in Cancer, it works wonders for you. And we'll talk about that in a second. But just know the fact that you have Mars fired up in Sagittarius, while Mercury and 3 other planets, soon to be 4, are retrograde. That is this pull. It's like this. It's like you getting off a merry-go-round and you're like, whoa, okay? That's how it's going to feel. It's like basically you are getting ready for the clubs. You put on the good perfume. Am I right? Your leather fanny pack, whatever you do. All your friends are sitting on the sofa. They're watching Family Ties. And you're just like, oh, I thought we were going to go see Imagine Dragon. We're going on soon. And they're just like, yeah, give us a second. So that's how this week may feel. You are ready. You're amped up. You want to make money. It's your second house. But you also just want to do things. Like I said, you want to broaden your horizons. You want to go travel. You want to go see the world. That's what you want to do. But there are going to be some delays and surprises and maybe some bottlenecks. Maybe. Okay? Remember, it's all potential. So, just go with the flow. Flow with the go. Try not to force anything this week, especially with anything you really want to handle with care. Okay? Whether it is a relationship or a job or family matters, the planets are retrograde for a reason. Go within that inner sanctuary, stay frosty, be cool. It is an odd week, all right? If you are a cross watcher, by the way, if you watch for your rising or your moon, for your husband or your personal magician, all the mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, will feel Mercury retrograde the most just for this week, right? Before Mercury goes back into your sign retrograde. And then if you know your natal chart, your birth chart, if you have any planets 2 to 7 degrees in any of the signs I just mentioned, oh, you are definitely going to like book your hotels now for Thanksgiving, okay? Anyway, one thing that just to let you know, there may be something here with career or your reputation. because the moon will be in Leo, and we do have a grand fire trine. Oh, wow. It's picante. We'll talk about it, okay, in the second spread. Now, Tuesday, November 11th, Jupiter goes retrograde in Cancer, 25 degrees. Now you have 5 planets retrograde. So I talked about this in your monthly forecast in length. This is all about your personal growth, just to as a reminder, okay? Spiritual growth, your higher purpose, right? And remember, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. And so, and that's your ninth house. That's Jupiter's home. Jupiter is a ruler of Sagittarius. Therefore, it's Sagittarius's home as well. So you see how you have a lot of strong Sagittarius and Scorpio energy all week. It's a big week for you because you're building this personal trust, self-belief, dignity, like just courage, confidence, all in the name of becoming wiser, all striving to see your higher purpose. That's what this week is going to be like for you. All right. So Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, that is allowing you to really have that self-belief. Jupiter is faith. Okay. And in order to have that, it requires self-nurturing, because you can't be there for others if you're not there for yourself. So spend some time thinking about your role when it comes to home and family and your roots, but also your belief system, right? Even education, travel, book publishing, broadcasting, starting a podcast. Maybe you will start a podcast on belief systems. Whatever it is, you've got Jupiter exalted in Cancer, and that brings you this high degree of protection. So it really is you spending time prioritizing you. All right. Remember, Jupiter is Jove, joy, optimism. So focus on your personal abundance at this time. What is your big picture? What makes you feel fulfilled? Okay. And the reason why I'm harping on this is because of everything that I just said. It's just you, Scorpio. It's in your ninth house. And it's happening now until the end of the year, into next year. But Jupiter exalted in Cancer brings you that protective energy and inner wisdom. It's really, really nice. It's very different from, and it's been 12 years, right? But it's very different from, let's say, last year when Jupiter was in Gemini. When Jupiter went retrograde in Gemini, Jupiter's considered detriment in Gemini, right? Because Gemini is Sagittarius' opposite sign. And so Jupiter's far away from home. And so that's when you really felt like you weren't getting that benefit of Jupiter and et cetera, but Jupiter is exalted. Anyway, lean into this energy. You're going to do great, because Wednesday, November 12th, Mercury will conjunct Mars in Sagittarius, 6 degrees. So you are going to feel this all week. It kind of anchors the week, and it's a heavy anchor. We had this last month. Knock, knock. You remember, right? It was in your sign when we had Mars conjunct Mercury. You felt it. You experienced it. But it's very different now because it's in a fire sign. So remember, Mercury is weak in Sagittarius. He can be a little lights on, nobody home. And he's still Mercury, though. Hermes, right? The trickster. He's got a bag of tricks. And Mars is super aggressive and assertive in this fire sign. He's not the best role model for Mercury, and he's making Mercury's like the bow, yeah? And Mars is the arrow. So this is a very, brace for impact type of aspect, because remember what I said about things coming to the surface, especially because we're still in your season. That's what Mercury conjunct Mars is. It's truth bombs. It's blunt, unfiltered truths, deliberate. It's not even little white lies. It's like it's like your husband coming up to you and saying, hey, I'm going to audition for American Idol. And you just looking straight at him and saying, I think you may need a little auto tune. Like it's like not even a crack of a smile. That's what's happening here. Mars conjunct Mercury and Sagittarius. Okay, remember Mercury doesn't do well, and it can be a little preachy too. Also manipulative. Be mindful of scams. Sagittarius rules legal matters in the courts, so there's that. But you've got Jupiter and Cancer in the ninth too, protecting you, which is good. But Jupiter can be known to expand, right? So that sneaky energy is here, is all I'm saying, that I was talking about. Don't forget you got Venus in your sign too. Remember, she's handing out revelations, all right? Secrets coming to the surface. So can be a little bit dramatic this time around in Sagittarius. However, this can be such a great thing. It's so powerful when you have Mercury, communication, the words that you speak, conversations that you have with Mars, which is ambition and its passion and its drive, right? So it can be great. You're going to feel this and you can use it as a force of good, but you can just fuse it. It's got a charge about it. If you are going to audition for Love is Blind, you better nail it because you got an edge about you right now. The higher expression of Mars conjunct Mercury, by the way, it's just getting your point across, but with compassion, statement making hats that you wear or shirts that you wear, your cowboy boots. If it says, I love pickles, whatever, just make sure it has like this, it serves this purpose. But Mars conjunct Mercury is all about having healthy debates and actions. And again, it's in Sagittarius. It's in your second house. There's going to be some conversations about money and finances, especially because it's happening while Uranus has moved back into Taurus, Taurus being the finance sign. And you're still under the window of the full moon in Taurus. Just letting you know, okay? But again, can be used as a force of good. Now, here's the other thing. Remember how I just reminded you we had this aspect in your sign October 20th, and Mars and Mercury were traveling pretty tightly for a few weeks. So if you went through something there that had to do with communication, okay, we'll leave it light, or actions that you took that had to do with money or relationships, well, it's something, this is like part 2. And then remember, Mercury will go back into Sagittarius direct until, January 1st. So there is going to be a part 3. All right. Now, ultimately, though, this, when I look at what's happening for you, here's the thing. This is all about the moral of your story. All right. Whether it's you or whether it's someone speaking to you, there can be some words exchanged that might be a little brusque. That's all I'm saying. So just be very mindful on your karmic journey. Because it is your second house. And there is something here where it could be a little too empowering or someone trying to knock you down a level with what they say. Anyway, beautiful signs. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. And I'm throwing in Aries, and you, Scorpio, will feel this the most. If you have any planets 4 to 8 degrees in any of the mutable signs, the first 4 signs, oh yeah, you're gonna feel this if you have it in your chart. Now, the other thing is, oh yeah, so we'll talk about the second spread. The moon's gonna be moving into Virgo at this point too. Jupiter squaring Chiron. There's lots to talk about here. But Virgo, remember, rules your 11th. So there may be something here with friendships too. Okay? Anyway. Sunday, November 16th. Here we go. There you go. The sun in your sign, trining Jupiter in Cancer, 25 degrees. We get this twice a year. This is one of the best, luckiest days of the month. It's the sun in your sign. It's this glow. It's you being radiant. It's sweet and it's kind and it's gracious. It's beautiful. It's your reward. This is your reward for making it to Sunday. There's true enthusiasm and comfort here. And it is basically feeling that expansion, that personal wealth. It's all here. This is seeing your goals manifest right before your eyes, getting a taste of the success that you deserve. Because remember, this is the beginning of that opening grand water trine that I talked about, your monthly forecast. And this is with the sun in your sign, Jupiter in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces. So obviously all the water signs are going to feel this the most, but it is this portal opening up to this insane, just very auspicious thing that's happening for you, especially when it comes to true love, romance, and joy, pleasure, creative projects, children, sex, procreation, all of that. Your fifth house. A big entrepreneur energy here as well. There may be, and it brings in this extra layer of money for you too, by the way. And I really, really like Jupiter in Cancer in your ninth. There is this, again, just this, it's like the Judgment card, right? Which is basically your card because it's ruled by Pluto, but it's a spiritual awakening that's happening for you. But it's just, that's the magnet that brings everything in for you. Anyway, you're going to love this. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces will feel this the most. If you have any planets 23 to 28 degrees in any of those signs in your chart, you will feel it. All right. Oh, so let me see something here. Yeah, there's got to be what a week. What a week. Let's get started, Scorpio. Let's see what's going on for you for November 9th to the 16th. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Scorpio, listen. I thank you for burning the midnight oil again with me for another week. You got the candle out for you. I do a traditional Cultic Cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading where nothing happens. Just kidding. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know what, we will. And happy birthday. I told you it's going to be an unforgettable birthday season for y'all. Has it been? What kind of cake y'all eat? All right, let's get started. You know I love y'all. Wow. There's gonna be some things you want. There's gonna be some things you want. Listen, Scorpio. You ready to talk? Yeah? Let's talk. You got the Three of Pentacles. Good for you. Good for you. What did I say about money? Listen, this is all about teamwork at the end of the day, but it's deeper than that. The Three of Pentacles, it really is bonding. Yeah. It's bonding with others. But there's something here where you're working with others to build something that's long lasting. And there's something here where obviously it's Pentacles, so it can be something that you're investing in, something that you're monetizing on. It could be you joining a new job, getting a new job, or starting a business, whatever it is. You can see that stonemason, he can't build this cathedral without those architects, and vice versa. You need a team. So, great. You see the pentacles, they're in the structure of the building here. That's really nice. That's really nice. With Jupiter trine Saturn, building that foundation for you. You got this yeah. So there's money stuff still happening for y'all. And remember, it doesn't have to be work and career. If you're not here for that, it could just be maybe there's something that you're building with your family, right? There may be something that you're working on together, building a tree house, whatever it is. But you got dollar signs in your eyes. I'm like, we're going to rent this out. We're going to Airbnb it. Anyway, you have the Four of Cups. So whatever starts here, there may be a moment where you're like, Mercury retrograde just hit. I'm reassessing that. Or, is that bringing me, is it filling something? Is there something missing still? Okay. The Four of Cups is a card that is associated with apathy and boredom. I'm not saying it's you. I'm saying that's a card and it's in the heart of your spread. But there really is the biggest thing. Remember what I said. This is a very spiritual week. It's like spiritual awakening for you. It's really tapping into your, higher purpose, all of that. So when I say, does it feel like there's something missing? That's for you to go deep, go within. If you feel that something is, what is it? You've got to ask yourself that. You've got to have your alone time. 30 minutes is all it takes. Sitting out in nature, doing your thing, bring a whistle, flute, whatever you want, Sound is healing, right? So have your moment, because there does seem like there is something here where it's like, and it could have to do with Mars conjunct Mercury, your second house, self-worth, self-value. Do you feel valued? Do you feel like, because money's such a big thing for you, like, do you feel like you are getting paid what you're worth? Or you're going to have some moments here. Three of Cups. In your challenge area. So there is something here where it can be, again, there may be some words exchanged that doesn't, we gotta really not get too caught up in it. And we have to really take our time being the best person in a situation should something come up. Because you see that the three sisters here celebrating, and they're jovial, and there's so much harmony in this card. But it's in your challenge area. You got the Three of Cups and the Four of Cups. And so it just seems like there may be something you feel left out of as at the same time. Remember, I said bonding is a big feature of this card. So this week there could be something there. But again, whatever's missing, it's for you to go within and discover what that is. And there can be a little bit of even like this, it's like you're Katie in Mean Girls, and you got into the group with Regina, all of that. And remember, with Mars conjunct Mercury, can be a little manipulative. It can be a little blunt. It could be a little, you know what I mean? So be very mindful with the people that you're having conversations with. It does feel like, well, this card is actually attributed to Mercury in Cancer, and you've got the moon in Cancer here too. And so it is testing your belief system and self-belief. There could be someone here. All right. You have the Chariot in your crown. That's great. You're going, it's like, that's how you use Mercury conjunct Mars, right? Just whoosh, blazing forward, going after everything that you want, feeling that charge. Nothing's going to slow you down. You're on a mission. You feel confident. This is having that strong willpower, and you're already feeling it with the sun in your sign. Yeah. But it's just so interesting. You're pulling, that's 3 Cancer cards now. So big takeaway here. You're highly protected, like I said, with Jupiter exalted in Cancer in your 9th house of your belief system and your philosophy and self-belief and inner wisdom, all of that. You're going to be fine. But here with the Chariot in your crown, it just feels like there's something that you really, really, really want. There's your delay. But a lot of it's within you. King of Wands in the root of your spread. I love that. King of Wands, he's the fun king. Yeah. He's the one that gets everybody laughing. Everybody sits around like this. listening to him, because that's the King of Wands. He's magnetic. He's really good at making people feel that he really had an impact. And there is this part of you, it's almost like there's something here that you're not receiving, or something that's not connecting in terms of who you know you to be. You got to let that out. I don't want you holding anything in. He's a natural leader too. He's just, yeah, people, like I said, they listen to what he's got to say. And you can see with a week like this, there is a little bit of restlessness. Yeah. And you can see he's even a little restless. Like he's leaning outside his, like out of his throne. But there is something happening here. There's just something that's got to come out. You got to let it out, or you got to just connect with it. It's this big leader inside you, but this passion, this burning passion, right? That's what wands are. It can be something with career. If not, just your passions, something that you feel highly ambitious about. You got the Six of Swords in your future. So it looks like you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. There may be some words exchanged. There may be some things that have been had, but hey, as long as you're moving forward, you're fine. You're good. It was, who is it? Confucius, who said, doesn't matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. They're on a boat with a ferryman. They're not stopping. And speaking of that protection, you see the swords in front of the boat. They're highly protected here. You look at them towering over the couple, like they're protected. They're good. Okay. And you see the swords. Sure, they're in the boat. So it's almost as if swords are communication, right? It's almost as if there were some words or situations or the ways that you were thinking or things that were up here. They're still with you. They're still with you, but at least you're not stuck, and you're going to be working on them. Okay? You're going to be fine. You're actually going to be really good. You see them leaving the chaos. You see that? The choppy waters into the smooth sailing from that point. You're good. Let's get to your stuff. Scorpio. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, share, leave comments, all of that. What'd you do for your birthday? Tell me what you did for your birthday. I went to a Scorpio's friend's birthday thing. It was fun. Let's get to your stuff. You got some things. Yeah, the Ace of Cups. Look at you. Yeah. You see what I'm saying now, right? That's what you got to do. You have to connect. What is going to fulfill you emotionally? This is the Ace of Cups. This is intense pleasure. This is rapturous. It's elation to a whole other level. It's the Holy Grail. And this is like new love. It's new. It's anything that fulfills you emotionally. That's what cups are: love and emotions and feelings and relationships and intuition. But there is something so calming and peaceful here and healing, and that's that missing part. But okay, and it'll come once you recognize what it is. It will come because you got that willpower. You're moving forward here too. You got that passion that's going to come out, so you got to let it out. You have to embrace it. You can't hold things in, especially in your season with Venus in your sign, where things are coming to the surface. Okay? Now, you got the Magician, too. And by the way, aces are new beginnings. They're new journeys. And that's exactly what you want. The Magician, another card that's all about the new. The Magician is card 1. So it does look like there is, as long as you're continuing to move forward and really like, it's almost like this reckoning, but also like this rite of passage. To be honest, it's like there's something you had to experience here to move forward, right? There's your journey. There's someone opening doors for you. You've got the magician in your external factors area. So there really is, it's like there's magic that's about to happen. And you're moving into this insanely amazing grand water trine. So I really love that for you. And yeah. And honestly, it can be you. As soon as you move forward, there you go. You're like, I see now. I'm out of that. I see where I need to go. And now I feel empowered. And I spent that time with myself because the land's really far. I have a lot of time on that boat to think about things. And there you go. But what is this? It's the magician. It's magic. You got to believe. You got to have that self-belief in order to get whatever you want. This is the power of manifestation. He can have whatever he wants. You got to believe it, right? I love that. The star. Yeah. Literally, like, you see what's in the chariot's canopy? It's all the stars. He's going straight toward his dreams. Nothing's going to stop him. That's all you want. Everything aligning for you, but the star is also healing. It's also that inner wisdom. It's knowledge. It's enlightenment. It's amazing is what it is. And lastly, your final outcome, you have the Eight of Swords. So there's no turning back, okay? Because boats, believe it or not, can turn back to shore. And you don't want to do that. Keep going forward. You got a lot waiting for you. The Eight of Swords, by the way, this is, we call it like the self-victim card. Like, she put herself here. Nobody put her. She chose to be here. Blindfolded. She didn't want to face her truths, her realities. This is a week where you're gonna have to. Because, like I said, there's got to be, this is the week where hidden things truly come to the surface. Okay? Like a Nancy Drew book. I mean, this is going to be a time you can't wear that blindfold. So whatever it is, just keep moving forward, but be in touch with yourself and make sure that no one ever puts you here. Because when you see what's happening here, it does feel like, right? It can be circumstantial. It can be something someone said to you, someone taking your power. No, don't do that. Don't do that. How much time do we have? Do you want me to clarify? Oh gosh. Okay. I want to see that Four of Cups. Let's look at that. Oh my gosh. Wow. So not only did you get a card attributed to Moon in Cancer, second decan, and the moon rules Cancer. You got the moon. Actually, the moon will be in Cancer too in the beginning of the week. Okay. But the day that Mercury does go retrograde. Now, yeah, the moon, which in tarot is attributed to Pisces. So again, that is your fifth house. That's where the North Node is too. That's where Saturn is, Neptune. That's your fifth house. So it's almost like, is there something that is not bringing you pleasure and it's making you go like, there's something you got to go within. There's something in the way. You can even see that crayfish here. He's got to go past the dog and the wolf and the two columns here to get to the ocean where your comfort zone. The dog and the wolf represent evolution, by the way. So this is all part of your evolution, having to feel things. But whose face is in the moon? It's the Hermit. You have to do that introspection. You got 5 planets retrograde. And so there's a bit of just something here. Everything screaming, go within, go within. That's where all the answers are. Okay? I'll do, what do you want here? I'll do I'm gonna see what comes out with the moon. You see that? You see that? Okay. There's your wealth. There's your abundance. It's right there. It's right there. And in a way, it's like you're not giving yourself something that you want, even though you want it so badly, right? There's some sort of disconnect only you have the answers to, okay? Like no one can solve this for you but you. And there's, to be honest, some deep reflection you might have to do here, but again, look at what's waiting for you. You got that 10 of Pentacles. That's wealth in all forms. You got the Pentacles raining from the heavens here. You see the couple, the family, a lot of family energy. And you do have a lot of family energy. I mean, with Pluto in Aquarius in your fourth, Jupiter in Cancer, you have a lot of family stuff. But anyway, that's really great. And yeah, let's see that. Eight of Swords, and then, well, there you go. Knight of Cups. Might have to do with partnerships, relationships. That's the Knight of Cups. He's the knight in shining armor. But you can see that there is something here that may have to do with the relationships. And it doesn't have to be in a romantic sense, by the way. It can be a creative partner. It can be a business, work, something here. But at the end of the day, the Knight of Cups, who has a lot of creative energy, and that's in terms of problem solving as well, right? There's a Knight of Cups. He wears his heart on his sleeve, but he's a knight. He's on a mission. Nothing's going to stop him. There's something here where he does want to share his journey with someone else. Okay? Into the moonlight, sunset, wherever you want to go. Mars. You're good, actually. It's just, you got to go with it. And that's what the retrogrades want, right? This is, by the way, the Eight of Swords can be like over analyzing, overthinking things. That's something you don't want to do with Mercury and Sagittarius, and with Mercury conjunct Mars. It could be someone says, like, or you're already feeling a little bit left out, but for a lot of y'all are going to be the ones that are, it's almost like you're making a statement by discluding yourself from something. Does that make sense, Scorpio? It's your birthday week. And that could be another thing. It could be the fact that, it's your birthday season. Your birthday happened or is happening. And maybe, I don't know, you didn't get the present you wanted. Whatever it is, you got to go within. That's all it is. You got all this abundance waiting for you. You got this new journey waiting for you. You got this, you're riding into the sunset. Okay. And it could be someone coming through, but you've got to be able to see who it is. You're good. Anyway, Scorpio, thanks so much. Next week, by the way, yeah, there's a lot happening. New moon in your sign. Okay. And so you see everything's kind of ramping up to that. And that is crazy interesting. Tier 3 members, let's do the bonus spread, okay? We're going to talk about this. You've got, there's a lot happening, okay? There's friends involved too. Groups you belong to, your future hopes and dreams as well. There may be something here tied to partnerships, relationships, contracts, marriage. And again, legal matters just may be a thing as well. We'll talk about it. Tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Scorpio, happy birthday. Very exciting. And that, remember, what did I say in your November forecast? It doesn't matter what sign you are. Everyone, everybody, when it's their birthday season, they go through that moment of, I'm turning another year. I'm going through my solar return, whatever, right? What have I accomplished? What do I want to accomplish? Like, all the big questions come up. And you've got the benefit of all these retrogrades that are allowing you to go within. And that's where their powers are right now, right? So use it. You're going to be fine. Scorpio, thanks so much. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.